What's up, people? Thank you for tuning in to the Hunter Swanson Chelsea podcast. We need to talk about Enzo Maresco. Now, unless you have been living under a rock with Patrick Starr, you would know that this man, this myth, this hopeful Chelsea legend was given the here we go by Fabrizio Romano for a potential 5-year deal. I Googled this dude. I tried to look up some things that you should know about him, and I made a pros and a cons list. I'm going to try my best to focus on the pros today, though, because we haven't seen him. And until we've lost our first 3 games of the Premier League, and I'm screaming I want him out, we're going to be positive. We're going to try to convince ourselves that we like him and that he's a good candidate. So let's just get right into it. Let's do the cons first because you got to get the bad out of the way. All right, we got to talk about the first thing about this appointment that is the biggest con, and that has everyone more worried than a 3-year-old who has a monster in their closet. He has no experience. When Stanley and Paul Stewart think that they're literally they're sporting directors, if you don't know. They think that they're managing Brighton and that you have to buy people with no experience and they're going to become big stars if you do, and you're going to make so much money and you found the next Pep Guardiola. I don't know what they're thinking. I never know what they're thinking at this point, and I've given up trying. But to hire a manager who has never coached in the Premier League, never in La Liga, never in Serie A, never in the Eredivisie, never in a top flight league is crazy. That is absurd. They've done so many things that make us just like, we're used to it, but I can't wrap my head around that. This is Chelsea. The people that should be going into this job are people like Carlo Ancelotti, like Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho, people that are established managers. And we're just hiring championship managers. This is a huge, huge risk. Not only is this dude a championship manager, but he's coaching the championship 1 season. Before that, an academy. Granted, it was Man City's academy. Before that, he was an assistant coach at Sevilla. That's it. That's all we got to work with. This is the hugest risk, and when it's normally a really, really high risk, that means that the upside is lower and that the downside is larger. And that's the case with this one. But that is the biggest con. You also don't know what's going to happen, so let's not read too much into it and talk before we've seen anything. The next thing is his in-game management. Now, I saw some Chelsea fans put out 2 Leicester fans asking about this dude. They said he wasn't that special and that his in-game management has been a big problem. That he kind of like sees the game change and he's getting flustered and he doesn't know how to adapt, as most new coaches probably have to deal with. That's a little worrying. And I'm a little worried about like him just conceding goals and have us falling apart in the second half like Pochettino. I'm really worried about that. All right, before you get all on me and start typing in America, don't know anything. We had the same amount of losses as them last year. We had 11 losses. Leicester had 11. Now, like I said, I know they play way more games. 38, 46, it's different. But Ipswich had, what? Put down here, 6 losses. Leeds only had 10. Southampton had the same amount of them as 11. And we all know Leicester is the best squad by far. So I think that is a stat that he just he just loses games sometimes because he can't control it. Which at the end, they kind of almost blew it, only finishing 1 point above Ipswich. So it's tough. It's tough. I don't want to read too much into it, but that is something I'm worried about. You need to be able to adjust in game. Last con is that he was 4th on everyone's list that knew anything about football. Let's be honest. Let's not beat around the bush. Everyone wanted De Zerbi. I think De Zerbi was the best out of the worst. I actually wanted Thomas Frank, but he has Premier League experience and he has upside. Kieran McKenna, what he has done with Ipswich, 1 point behind this dude, coming from the League One, is more remarkable than this dude. He was 4th on everyone's list. Don't hide it. That's the facts. That is a con. The last con that I will say is kind of not on him, and I'm trying to just really not be too negative, but it's just a rebuild year. There's no way we can expect a dude who has no Premier League experience to get Champions League football his first year. That is crazy, right? I'm thinking the best we can do is 5th. Yes, our team is more cemented, but it is a rebuild year. He has to introduce his tactics, and let's be honest, he does not have the respect of all the players. Pochettino came in with experience coaching Messi, Neymar, Mbappe, winning the Ligue 1. Like, he had his respect. He did incredible things with Tottenham going to a Champions League final. This dude has no respect. Like, no respect for it. You have to earn it. And I'm just so worried that if things start to go south at the beginning, that no one is going to have patience for him after us sacking Pochettino, which, honestly, I'm still not over. Those are the cons. That's it. Let's talk about some positives. Let's take off that frown. Let's put on a big smile, because I found and I dug deep to find some positives about this man. So let's just get right into it. The number one is that his style fits Chelsea. Now, it's clear when they hired him, they were looking at style and not necessarily the coach as much. This dude's style on paper is the best. He plays a 4-3-3. You can look up Coach's Voice or whatever. There's a lot of great tactical videos out there that will break it down more. But to give you the recap, he plays a lot of possession. He plays with inverted fullbacks. Cucurella, that's really good. And he has like a lot of just different styles where the midfielders will suit Enzo. It will suit Gallagher. If we keep him, I think like it will get the best out of a lot of our players. That is a good thing, right? Everyone's talking about how Enzo is going to become sensational under him. A lot of his build-up is like quick turns. Like you play the ball, you turn, you play it, right? Jackson is phenomenal at turns. I don't like Jackson as much. Phenomenal at turns. Nkunku, phenomenal at turning the ball. Enzo, yeah. Even Casado, he can do it. Like we have great players that just suit his style. That is a pro. The other pro is the simple one that everyone is hiring. You can, if you're Vincent Kompany and you get Pep Guardiola to say a good thing about you, you become the next Bayern manager. Even if you get relegated, like crazy. Pep Guardiola is taking over football, and he has gotten another disciple. He was under Pep Guardiola, and this is the most positive thing I found about him that I want to read out. It's a quote right here. I'll read it. Pep was interviewed, and he stated, "He showed he will become an extraordinary manager. In the future, extraordinary. I feel like if Pep's English is so bad. I'll say he feels with him what he felt with Mikel Arteta. That's basically the gist of it. He has crazy high praise for this man. So that has to be a plus. And if Pep's saying that, we got to hope that he's right. The next positive I will go over is that, yes, he is from Man City's academy, meaning two things. Number one, he has coached Cole Palmer, which is a big deal because Cole Palmer is like that. What is he? He's like that girl that you get that's like way out of your league, and you're just like trying to impress him, and you're worried every day that he's going to realize he's too good for you and leave you, and you just want to make them happy so they don't leave you. It's the same thing here. I was worried that when Poch left, who he loved, that it would be a big problem. Hopefully, Cole Palmer has respect for him from the academy and wants to continue. He has Coach Lavia, which we haven't seen. Hopefully, he can bring the best out of him. And he was at Man City's academy, which means he is very good with young players. He coached their U23 team. We are basically a U23 team. We're Chelsea U23 senior team. So that is a positive, right? I like this. Look at this. This mood, I'm picking up, you know? I'm building a sense of false confidence right here. I love it. Like the video if you're doing that too. If you don't think he's still a good candidate, like the video also. If you don't like my video, like the video. Just like it. Subscribe if you're at it. We got to go into this though. He won the championship. Everyone says he has the highest wage to build the best team. Yes, yes, yes. He still got to win it. That is a positive. I wrote down some facts here too. Goals conceded per match, they were 0.9, which was the best, the lowest of all the teams in the championship. They had a good defense. We did not have a good defense last year. He had the best defense in the championship. That's a good thing. Expected goals was 85.5. Expected goals are I think a good reflection of a manager because all you can do is set him up. You can't make him put the ball in the net. The next highest, who was second, was 81. So they had the highest expected goals by a while. Means he was doing pretty good there. I like this. This is a little fun fact because we got Cole Palmer. They got the most penalties awarded with 13, and they only conceded 1. I like those numbers. Let's be positive about that. And since we're on such a roll, let's just talk about something else. The last pro I will go over. Pochettino was a Spurs man, always will be a Spurs man. This dude has no experience, so he has no history. We are dating. I got to stop using these dating analogies. He is new. He could coach for us for 5 years, and he will become a true, proper Chelsea. He doesn't have a background. He's not connected to much of a team. Let's be positive about that. Now, since we're on the positive, remember to like this video. Remember to subscribe. Let me know what you guys think down below. Should we be positive? What you would rate this transfer? Just let's talk about it. Make fun of me being American and not knowing anything. Just talk about something. Let's go do it down below. I will see you guys in the next one. Come on, Chelsea.